Well, hello everybody, it's me, Mr. Ethan McGregor, and today I'm going to be trying something different. Today I'm going to try making a tier list. We're going to be making a FNAF tier list where I rank all the FNAF characters in my opinion. It's the first time ever trying a video that isn't on a game. The first time I'm not recording a Let's Play or just doing anything else. It's my first time doing this, but that makes sense. So anyway, let's just get into this. But to start with, we're gonna go with the star of the franchise himself, Freddy Fazbear. So Freddy, he's very iconic to me. He's the star of the show. I really like him. But he's got decent mechanics in every game. It's good because he's the main character. He just always has these cool mechanics. Like in the first game, he's the hardest one to deal with. So this also comes out a bit cringy. Like I said, this is my first time trying this kind of video, so cut me some slack, please. Honestly, I feel like Freddy's been has been a very solid enemy in every game that he's appeared in. In that case, for me, he gets the top tier. He gets to be A tier. Next up, we're gonna do Bonnie. So Bonnie is just my favorite character in the original Five Nights at Freddy's. Really like his design. Really like how he's acting in every game too. Like on the first game, he just teleports everywhere and stuff. And also his ultimate custom mechanic where he doesn't actually jump scare you. Instead, he just sits in Pirate Cove and he's all grumpy. So if you view him, he gets angry and disables your camera system like that. So Bonnie gets to be A tier too. I like Bonnie. Hold on, just give me a second. Okay, there's Chica. Sorry. The thing is, I don't like the way that all these icons are ordered. I actually want to go in the order of the series. Start with the FNAF 1 characters. Chica. Honestly, never had very much of an opinion on Chica. To me, Chica's always been pretty meh. And you know that but it's still no. Yeah, Chica's always been pretty meh to me. She has decent. She actually, I do like how she's been on FNAF 1 Ultimate Custom. She knocks around the pots and pans and stuff. I think it's cool. Honestly, her Ultimate Custom mechanics are actually just pretty funny to me. Scott is just making a joke out of Chica, but she's just a pretty meh character. She gets to be in the middle. She's in the C tier. Alright, well, next up is Foxy, and instantly, Foxy gets to be bottom tier. Screw Foxy, okay? I know that Foxy's a fan favorite, but I never liked Foxy. I always hated him. To me, Foxy is the scariest animatronic in the original Five Nights at Freddy's, because screw Foxy, okay? He's a total jerk. He's first game, he's check on him, he rushes down the hallway trying to kill you. And second game, he stands down there in the hallway and you have to flash him to make him go away. And once he runs out, you're screwed by him. Seriously. And also Ultimate Custom Night, Foxy's just such a meanie. He's such an a-hole. Seriously, screw Foxy. I hate Foxy. He's my arch nemesis, he gets bottom tier. Screw Foxy. Okay, next up, we're gonna look at Golden Freddy, and I'm talking about both Golden Freddys here. Both this guy and this guy. So Golden Freddy has always been this very mysterious character in the series. Ever since he first appeared in the original Five Nights at Freddy's, he's a rare occurrence. Sometimes you check the West Hall corner in the original game, and the Freddy poster changes to a Golden Freddy poster, and you roll it, and you see Golden Freddy standing. Obviously, just creeps you out, and if you don't put the matter back up, Golden Freddy will kill you. In the second game, well, Golden Freddy appears as a giant floating head down there in the hallway, or sometimes he just appears in your office because it fade out. But seriously, Golden Freddy's such a mysterious character, and the most popular. He seems to be very popular amongst the fan base. I know Foxy's popular too, but like I said, screw Foxy. Back on top of the Golden Freddy. So the left hand, closing thing, maybe he's actually Fredbear. And I'm one of those people. I believe that he was originally Fredbear, the mascot of Fredbear's Family Nightmare. Ever since the bite of '83, Fredbear is out of production, and the company's trying to hide him, so they made him into Golden Freddy. I think it's easy that there's just Golden Freddy has a huge part of the story, and he's pretty cool, and the way he acts is very mysterious and also very spooky, and so to me, Golden Freddy both versions get top tier. Yeah, I'm not doing these guys separately. I don't call this version Wither Golden Freddy. I just call him Golden Freddy because that's basically it's just Golden Freddy. He's not a different version. It's just the same Golden Freddy as this one. So, not counting them separately. These both get top tier. Okay, so next next up, we have Phone Guy. So, Phone Guy. And I don't think I never really liked Phone Guy because he was never really that much of a help to you in the series. Like the first game and the second game, Phone Guy's like, oh, there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. Well, that is a blatant lie. Phone Guy knows that he's trying to lie to you because he wants to make it the job sound less dangerous because you're literally putting your life in risk if you get the job as night guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza because these guys are stalking the halls, they're looking for you and trying to kill you. So Phone Guy's trying to cover that up because why? Because the company's paying him to. I think like actually to me it feels like something's to below when Phone Guy dies in night 4 of FNAF 1 because I feel like he wasn't really that helpful to me. He didn't exactly tell me how to survive against the animatronics. You just had to figure it out for yourself. So that, and also I just hate Phone Guy in Ultimate Custom. I had like we don't mute the call. You're forced to listen to his hello, 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 and it annoys everybody. So to me, Phone Guy gets a D. I mean, like I don't hate it. The reason he's not an E because I hate him slightly less than Foxy. Because like I said, screw Foxy. Anyway, now we move on to FNAF 2. We start with the toy animatronic. So first, well, Toy Freddy. So Toy Freddy was never really that popular among people. Like a lot of people just he's mostly just an ignored character. I remember back in the day, and like he was pretty inactive too. Like he was active from night 1, but he didn't really do a lot. He just walked around and sort of like. But he does still have some uniqueness to him. I like how when he enters the office of FNAF 2, his eyes go black. And I feel like he's trying to be creepy. He's still trying to show you that he's an aggressive animatronic. Honestly, he never did that much of it. Man, the teal. I also liked how Toy Freddy acts in Ultimate Custom. How he so like he completely came back as a brand new form of enemy. Had like you have to help him play his game, or else he gets angry if he dies and he blames it at you. But I don't like about ever since Scott revealed Toy Freddy's mechanics for Ultimate Custom, he's basically turned into a meme of how he plays games. But what I don't like about that meme is everybody just makes him play Fortnite because I don't like Fortnite at all. Honestly, I like the idea of Toy Freddy trying to play video games, but he's not good at them. He just makes me laugh. And I also like his voice acting out because tonight how Darren Roebuck made him sound like a stereotypical cartoon character. Like, it's not my fault. I have these bad plastic fingers. Toy Freddy just cracks me up, and I really like his mechanic in Ultimate Custom Night, so he gets a B for me. Like he's not that memorable, but he's still funny. Okay, next up we have Toy Bonnie. So, Toy Bonnie, again, I never really noticed him that much. He just seems to be the same thing in every game that he's appeared. He slides into your office, you put on the Freddy mask, and he goes away. He's pretty meh character. He's been the same. In fact, that he's the only toy animatronic who didn't get voice acting in all concept. He was supposed to have a voice actor, but the lines were scrapped, so he doesn't have a voice, and he's pretty much the same in every game he appears in. Pretty like meh. He's just so predictable, so he gets a D from me. He's just so forgettable to me because he just acts the same in every game that he appears. Next up, Toy Chica. So, Toy Chica, I guess like Scott is like trying a bit to make Chica more noticeable when she made Toy Chica. In fact, like she looks more feminine than regular Chica, and also the fact that she tried to make her more creepy, but the fact that Toy Chica removes her eyes and beak upon leaving the stage, she constantly has her endoskeleton eyes stare at you, and also she is speakless, she has this constant uncanny smile. It's pretty alright, I guess, but once again, just like Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica just acts the same in every game she appears in. She comes into the office, you just put on the Freddy mask, and she goes away. So Toy Chica just gets a D from me. She's basically just the same as Toy Bonnie. So, Mango. Honestly, I never really had an opinion on Mango. Just like, I never really knew what to say about Mango. Ever since I first saw it, it was like, what the hell is this thing? Like the game says that this is meant to be the new version of Foxy. When I saw Mango for the first time, like, this is not Foxy. I'm never saying I like Foxy, but seriously, this is not Foxy. Like, why did they turn white and pink? And seriously, this looks nothing like the original Foxy. And it's like, to me, Mango was such an enigma. Like, my mind was too busy trying to comprehend the fact that the company just allows this thing to walk around the P3 and it was completely broken. I mean, like, I know it's the children who broke Mango, and somehow the children are pretty okay with seeing this thing. Like, what the hell? This thing is just so screwed up. And honestly, I also didn't like Mango's garbled static, kind of like constantly misses radio static at wherever it goes. That just annoyed me. And also, I do like his voice in Ultimate Custom Night, how it's blended both male and female. But Scott, seriously. It would really kill you just to reveal Mango's gender. Everybody wants to know if it's a boy or a girl. It's not gonna reveal in impact the lore if you reveal Mango's gender. Just do it already. Come on, Scott. But you might get working on that. Honestly, Mango gets a C for me. It's pretty strange. It's just always kind of weirded me out. It's how messed up this thing is. Anywho, moving on. Next up, we have little BB. Hi. I'll admit, I know that BB is one of the most hated characters by the community. A lot of people just hate BB. I always considered him to be annoying. The fact that he seals your flashlight and he laughs at you. But I actually like him because I actually think he's pretty cute. And I like that they're actually trying to make a human in animatronics. He looks like a little boy. So it's understandable why he laughs at you because he's basically just built to look like a little kid and he acts like one too. I think he's pretty. He always made me funny. I also like the fact that he never jump scares you. BB can't jump scare you. I like that he doesn't have a jump scare. So he isn't trying to kill you, he's just trying to help the others kill. Well, specifically, he's trying to help Foxy kill you because he's Foxy's little buddy. Honestly, I like BB. I think he's funny. I think he's cute. I really like the little guy. So he gets. It's true. He acts the same in every game that he appears. But I also like how in FNAF VR when you put the mask on, you can see BB just run out of the office. Everything is pretty funny. So BB just, I like BB, so he gets a B from me. Next up, we have JJ. So JJ is the female version of BB who first appeared in FNAF 2 randomly under the desk, and she's such a strange character. And it's great that Scott has never said anything about her. Like maybe she's just a hallucination. Maybe she's actually wanted to be one of the animatronics of FNAF 2, but she simply went on when the new animatronics of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in 1987, and she simply went unused. I honestly don't know, and Scott never said anything about JJ. She's just a female version of BB. The fact that we basically know nothing about her, aside from she's a female version of BB, she just gets a D from me. Also because the ultimate cousin mechanic is very annoying since she disables the doors. You need those doors, man. Next up, we're moving on to the Withered animatronics. We'll start with Wither Freddy. Now, Wither Freddy is a character I could never take seriously. He always looked so goofy to me. He always looked like it was just him smiling. And they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" I could never take him seriously. In fact, he's basically felt like a bit of a downgrade compared to in the original Five Nights at Freddy's. Freddy was actually kind of creepy and how he was constantly hiding in the darkness and staring at you from the shadows. But with Freddy, he just stands out there in the light, not with these constant goofy poses. The only time he actually looks creepy is when he's in Party Room 3 and he has the one black eye. But aside from that, with Freddy, I can't take him seriously. He's just too goofy to me, and the fact that it also his jump scare I can't take seriously either. He just looks like he's saying, "Hey, how's it going? Ooh, pizza, give me nom 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 nom." I just cannot take him seriously, and the fact that he's basically aside from FNAF World, he's never really appeared outside of FNAF 2, so yeah, he's going into D. Next up, we have Wither Bonnie. Let's say, well, I never considered Bonnie to be scary, even though Scott himself considers Bonnie to be scary. But Scott truly found out how to make Bonnie look creepy with Wither Bonnie. In fact, well, first, obviously, Bonnie's missing a face, and Wither Bonnie is actually my favorite FNAF 2 character because once again, I just love Bonnie's. I think the face this version actually makes him look creepy, and that is actually cool. And in fact, even as his endoskeleton eyes glow red, I think that's also pretty cool. And also like how he acts in Ultimate Custom. It's the same as FNAF 2. He just enters the office. But the fact that you only have so much time to put on the mask before he jump scares you. I also like his voice in Ultimate Custom. In fact, it's actually broke. Sounds like it's a malfunctioning voice box, and he also makes face puns. And Wither Bonnie is pretty cool to me. So, but even I still think he's. And just saying, yeah, pretty cool voice, cool mechanics. Even if they're repetitive, it's still cool design, cool mechanics, cool voice. So Wither Bonnie gets an A from me. Okay, next up, we have Wither Chica. Now, once again, I said I'd never be able to take Chica seriously. Well, I especially never be able to take Wither Chica seriously. I mean, I guess the broken jaw is supposed to look spooky in some way, but to me, I guess the reason I don't find it creepy is because I watched Garrett Willison's How to Make FNAF Not Scary series, and now when he's basically turned Chica into a character with no personality, just says pizza. So that's basically how Wither Chica was to me, just pizza. So I never could take her seriously, so I just forget about her, and it's just. She never seemed pretty memorable. Also, she's basically just a joke in Ultimate Custom Night, because she gets stuck in the fence. She gets stuck. So I can't take that seriously. Not at all. So I can't take her seriously, and she just looks pretty silly to me. So she gets a D. Next up, we have the Wither Foxy, and like regular Foxy, instant E tier. Screw this guy, okay? Screw Foxy, okay? I think for sure everybody hates how Wither Foxy works in FNAF 2. He just stands there at the end of the hall. He's ready to attack you from there. You know, you got to keep shining that flashlight if you want to get rid of him. In fact, he's chewing up your flashlight. He's just so annoying. He's why I could never get past. I could never get past night 4 of FNAF 2 because screw Foxy. Okay, screw Foxy. Wither Foxy is an instant E tier from me. And lastly, from the FNAF 2 characters, we have the puppet. Now, the puppet, much like Golden Freddy, seems to be very important in the lore. It's like the puppet is possessed by Henry's daughter. Like she was one of the first of William Afton's victims, and she's been trying to protect the others. Like she's brought life to the other kids who were murdered by William Afton by making them possess Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy. And because this puppet, the puppet is so protective and like wants to save its friends and stop Afton, like it's willing to do that. Wants to like Henry's daughter, it's just in her nature to protect the innocent. I think that's very beautiful, and also uh, like well, the mechanic can be very annoying. The fact that you could just have to keep winding the music box or else the puppet gets you. Honestly, seriously, the fact it's basically for the lore. That's why I like Puppet. Like so, Puppet to me gets an A tier because very important character in the lore. Like trying to be the hero, trying to save everybody, trying to stop the evildoer. So gets an A from me. Okay, next up, he has Springtrap, aka William Afton, the killer himself, the bad guy of the series. Honestly, to me, Springtrap is actually the scariest character in FNAF 3. Well, first of all, obviously because he's the only real animatronic in the game. All the others are just these ghosts. Springtrap is real. The fact also his lore. Once again, he's William Afton. He's the killer. He's the guy who killed all the children. His motive, well, nobody knows for sure. Everybody's come up with different theories. Some say maybe he was always just a psychopath to begin, but I think maybe he wasn't always a psychopath because I mean, considering the fact that he has children, he has had his sons and his daughter, and I like to think that because like his kids were killed by his creations, killed by the animatronics. That's what made him like lose it. Like his daughter was gobbled up by Starker's baby, and Elizabeth, and so the crying child who we play as in FNAF 4 was bitten by a Fredbear. This was the fact that he lost his children just as what made him lose it, made him start killing other children. If not, if the Freddy Fazbear franchise still takes my children from me, every parent in the world the same thing. Honestly, for that, he just went ballistic, went murdered children, messed with animatronics. He made it clear that he's the bad guy. His lore and his appearance and also the setting of FNAF 3 is what helps make him more scary. In fact, you're trapped in a haunted house and attraction at night with a serial killer, with reanimated serial killer. Afton is just so creepy, and that he gets an A from me. Springtrap nails everything. Next up, we have the Phantoms, and I'm starting with Phantom BB because Phantom BB is very much the very first Phantom you ever encounter. He also has appeared the most out of all the Phantoms. He's appeared in FNAF 3, he's appeared in Ultimate Custom Night, and he appeared in FNAF ER. So, well, none of the games he's appeared. Once again, he's just had repetitive mechanics. He appears in the camera, you stare at that camera for too long, he jump scares you, and that's it. Honestly, he's pretty meh, and he's also like apparently, according to Eve Goes Boom's least popular FNAF character, Phantom BB is the least popular FNAF character of them all, literally. So seriously, people just don't like him, or they forget about him. Maybe it could come from the fact that people just don't like BB, and like I said, he's the Phantom BB, but he's also the first counterpart of BB who actually has a jump scare. It's okay, but honestly, the repetitive mechanics, but still, he's appeared the most out of all the Phantoms, and his jump scare actually is pretty decent, so you get to see from me. He's in the middle. Right, next up, we have Phantom Mangle. Phantom Mangle, once again, it's basically just the same as regular Mangle. Man, he's too busy trying to comprehend how messed up this thing is. The fact that the thing never actually jump scares you. FNAF 3 and Ultimate Custom Night, it appears in the camera. Well, FNAF 3 appears in camera 4. Ultimate Custom Night can appear whenever you want when you open the monitor. But Phantom Angle annoys me because of that garbled, the strange noise it makes when it does get triggered. Like it just makes this annoying, loud noise that just angers me. It just annoys me and annoys all the others that are sound sensitive too. I hate this thing, really. If FNAF VR Scott completely reworked Phantom Angle so instead it appears in the vent cameras, and if you stare at it for too long, it will jump scare you. So Phantom Angle actually got a jump scare from FVR, but still, I just hate this thing. It's just too annoying to me. I really hate the noise it makes. So Phantom Angle gets a D. Okay, next up, we have Phantom Freddy. So Phantom Freddy. Well, once again, honestly, unlike Wither Freddy, I can actually take Phantom Freddy seriously because, well, he still has that goofy bit where, in fact, that FNAF 3, he just walks outside the window, he's just taking a stroll. But it's clear that he doesn't like being looked at because if he notices that you are looking at him walk past the window, he ducks down and comes back to jump scare you. I think it's a pretty cool mechanic, but seriously, he's just me. He's made me laugh, but at the same time, he's still a bit spooky. The fact that he gets angry at you for staring at him, or in the case of like Ultimate Custom Night, you let the flashlight off for too long, it will jump scare you. But still, Hate the Freddy is pretty meh. So, but still has decent mechanics with the whole walking past the window. So he gets a C from me. And next up, we have Phantom Chica. So Phantom Chica has never been taken seriously by fans. They keep calling her a watermelon. And I think that's disrespectful, honestly. I mean, like I said, I never really thought much of Chica, but honestly, I feel like Phantom Chica just keeps making just, people make fun of Phantom Chica too much. Seriously. And the fact that she basically has a joke mechanic, like FNAF 3, she just sits in that arcade cabinet. If you stare at it for too long, that's what gets her to jump scare you. The fact that she's never appeared as an enemy again after that, well, she gets she's just pretty forgettable, and I can understand that she's forgettable because she's never really done anything. But the fact that fans just can't take her seriously, she just gets a D from me because I never really thought much of her either. And next up, we have Phantom Foxy. I actually almost want to put him in the ear, straight in the ear tier like I did with the other Foxies, because like I said, screw Foxy. Phantom Foxy, well, he's a bit unique. Like FNAF, like he's pretty random. Like FNAF 3, FNAF VR, you see him just standing there. If you stare at him, well, he's pretty hard to avoid honestly, because he randomly appears. When he does, you're likely just going to see him and he'll jump scare you. He's pretty hard to get rid of. And the fact that apparently in the mobile and version of FNAF 3, he's completely unavoidable. That like if he will appear while you're using the maintenance panel, and he will jump scare you no matter what you do. Honestly, it's pretty annoying. It's come to think of it, yeah, he just refuels my hatred for Foxy. So once again, just screw Foxy's. Phantom Foxy's going straight into year two. Next up, we have the Phantom Puppet. Now, Phantom Puppet, well, he's basically has had the least appearances in any FNAF game out of the Phantoms. He's only appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Like Phantom BB, Phantom Foxy, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Mako, they were in FNAF 3, Ultimate well, Phantom BB, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Mako, they were in Ultimate Custom Night, FNAF 3, and FNAF VR. Phantom Foxy was FNAF 3 and FNAF VR. Phantom Chica was FNAF 3 and also was a background object in Ultimate Custom Night. Phantom Puppet has only appeared in FNAF 3. And no, FNAF World does not count. The thing is just so forgettable to me, but he does have a cool mechanic how like he occasionally appears on camera 8, and if you stare at that, then he suddenly appears in your office. He just gets all up in your face, and that is pretty creepy. But aside from that, he's pretty forgettable to me. He's simply just a hallucination of the puppet just getting up in your face. Honestly, he's pretty forgettable in this. So this way, he just gets a D from me. And next up, we'll be looking at Shadow Freddy, so Shadow Freddy, well, he's quite mysterious. I mean, he first appeared in FNAF 2, where he is a strange purple variant of Golden Freddy that would randomly appear in the parts and service camera when all the others have left. He seems to be given a bigger role in FNAF 3, where he is seen luring the animatronics to the safe room where Afton will later dismantle him. There's no need to believe that Shadow Freddy may be in some way connected to William Afton. Like maybe he's some way he's some I like to think that maybe he's just like maybe he's a lost soul, maybe someone who died while wearing a springlock suit, or maybe he may be connected to Afton because he helps Afton dismantle the animatronics by luring them to the safe room while Afton will dismantle them. I don't know, maybe he's just a suit that Afton wears sometimes. I don't know, but I feel like maybe in some way he's connected to Afton because he seems to be helping him in some way. And tying into maybe he's a lost soul who died. Maybe he was one of the employees of Fredbear's and he actually really trusted him, really felt very close to him. As his soul is now helping him as a Shadow Freddy. I don't know, but he's pretty mysterious. And so he gets a C from me. He's pretty in the middle there. Except we have Shadow Bonnie. But compared to Shadow Freddy, Shadow Bonnie is 100% more mysterious. We know nothing about him. He just seems to be a black version of Toy Bonnie. Literally black. Just black with glowing eyes and glowing teeth. We know nothing about him. And he's pretty strange too. Like he just randomly appears. FNAF 2, you have to put on the mask to make him go away. And in the Ultimate Custom Night, actually gets a role if DD makes him appear. He'll make the office go pitch black for 10 seconds and then he goes away. But honestly, he's pretty mysterious. We know nothing about him. So he gets a D. We just know nothing about him. Okay. Next up, we move on to the nightmares. We start with Nightmare Freddy. So Nightmare Freddy, in a nutshell, the monster that hides under your bed. Because that's really what he does in FNAF 4. He's under the bed. The Frettles are there. He just sends his Frettles out into your bed to shriek and twitch around. You have to shine your flashlight to make them go away. Because if you neglect the Frettles, Nightmare Freddy himself appears and he kills you. Enough said. Although he never really did much in FNAF 4, I think maybe he still has maybe in some way, some big role in the lore. Because my favorite voice line of Nightmare Freddy's in Ultimate Custom Night is "I have always been hiding in your shadow." Because I think maybe he was constantly observing Afton or something, actually hiding in his shadow and observing his moves. Maybe. I don't know, but for now he just seems to be the monster that hides under your bed. And, it does act pretty creepy, and he has some cool mechanics too. So he gets a C from me. He's pretty in the middle. Next up, we have Nightmare Bonnie. So as Bonnie comes from the left. Not for he's not the left hall. You have to hear him, listen for him. If he's breathing, you just shut the door. Ultimate Custom, he comes from the right, and you only have 20. You have a short amount of time to purchase the plushie, or else he kills you. To Nightmare Bonnie, he's just a pretty meh. Really, he hasn't really done much, and he doesn't have a voice. He's just simply he comes. You have to do something to stop him, or he kills you, and that's it really. Nothing else to really say about Nightmare Chica. So honestly, Nightmare Chica is the first Chica that I actually can take seriously because she's a creepy version. She has all those teeth. I'm like, seriously, nothing needs that much teeth. And I also think her jump scares are pretty cool. I also like how she works in Ultimate Custom Night, where you see her jaws closing down on you, and you have to do some turn on the power AC to make jaws go away. Once the jaws fully close down, she eats you. Well, she spits you out, and she jump scares you after the jaws close down. Honestly, I think that's pretty cool. She's actually pretty creepy. Like, not creepy enough for me to consider her to be the scariest animatronic in that 4, but still, she's pretty creepy. And she's actually a Chica that I can take seriously with actually pretty unique mechanic in Ultimate Custom Night. So she gets a C, honestly. Okay, next up, we have Nightmare Foxy. So, Nightmare Foxy. What can I say about him? Well, to start with, he seems to be he is very unique. To me, he's much more clearly more standing out than the other nightmares because it's clear that this guy actually is symbolic. Specifically, he represents the big brother from that 4 who constantly wears that foxy mask and scares the little kid that we play as. So in this, that he is symbolic that he represents the big brother's tendency to hide in places and pop and pick his moment to pop out and strike. Specifically, he's the monster that hides in your closet. Nightmare Freddy was the monster under the bed, and Nightmare Foxy is the monster in the closet. He hides in the closet, and you have to constantly check on him, or else he comes out and kills you. It's a shame, however, he's never really appeared outside of FNAF 4. He's only appeared in FNAF 4, and that's it. He hasn't appeared in Ultimate Custom Night, and he hasn't appeared in FNAF VR either. It's obvious that this guy is important because he represents the big brother. And he represents Michael. And I'm pretty sure the big brother from that form is Michael. He's pretty lore relevant and particularly one of the more prominent nightmares. So, unlike the rest of the Foxies, I actually do have some sort of respect for Nightmare Foxy. He's actually is formidable and not just a guy that I just hate. So, Nightmare Foxy gets a C from me. I like him more than I do other Foxies because he actually has lore relevance. This isn't just a total a-hole. Seriously. Anywho, next up we have the big boy himself, Nightmare Fredbear. This guy is also pretty lore heavy because it's clearly the first that thanks to the big brother's Michael's constant acts of scaring him with Foxy Mask, the crying child's least favorite animatronic from Fredbear's family daughter was Foxy. You can see it. That's why Nightmare Foxy acted the way he did, was constantly hiding in the closet and stuff. But ever since the bite of '83, when the child was thrown into Fredbear's mouth and the jaws shut down, the child decided he changed his mind and he feared Fredbear more. Thus, Nightmare Fredbear was continued. Nightmare Fredbear is one of the most powerful nightmares. I think he's basically the second in command. He's basically a final boss because he appears in Night 5. He's the only character who's active and he can attack you from anywhere. The doors, the closet, or the bed. You have to constantly be on the alert for searching for Nightmare Fredbear. And then he's an Ultimate Custom. Well, he's basically been dumped down. He's just simply appears at the left door. You hear him laugh. You see his eyes, and you shut the door to send him away. But he actually has a very unique voice in Ultimate Custom Night. Like Zach Hoffman gave me his voice is very demonic. It's very warped. I think the voice sounds cool and also gives him unique percent. Like, let's see, Nightmare Forever is just very unique. Very part of the Lord has like he's just a very powerful. Nightmare is clear that he is part of the Lord and. Honestly, the way he works is just amazing. Very cool, very powerful, very menacing. And easily consider him to be the scariest character in FNAF 4. Because he's very intimidating, very fierce, very menacing. So Nightmare Fredbear gets an A from me. He's, and before we do Nightmare himself, I actually want to get the others out of the way. So next time we're doing Plush Trap. So Plush Trap, the little plush Spring Bonnie who looks a lot like Springtrap. Plush Trap is basically just the runt of the nightmares to me. He's just so small, he's so cartoony, hardly looks menacing. He's just simply in for there for his fun with Plush Trap minigame. You have a short amount of time to stop him on the X, or he gets you. Enough said. Nico, he also appeared in Ultimate Custom Night, where when DT adds him, he sits next to Funtime Foxy's curtain. You have a short amount of time to find him, look at him, and scare him out of his chair before he jump scares you, and also return him from that VR, where he has his own level, which is just fun Plush Trap. But he basically just he's just there in his chair. He's not really that big of an important character. He's just simply a living plushie who clearly is quite vicious. He's still like he may be a living, he may not be that amazing. But he's still a nightmare. He's still very vicious, but he's just pretty simple. So honestly, Plush Trap just gets a C. He's decent enough, I guess. Okay, next up we have Jacko Bonnie. Jacko Bonnie, I'll give him an E. It's not because like I hate him. It's not because of actual hatred. It's just because well, he's just forgettable. He's just simply a pumpkin version of Nightmare Bonnie, and that's it. He's never appeared in every other games. He's also because he's non-canon. He's not part of the story, so he has no relevance. He's just forgettable. So he gets an instant E from me. Next up we have Jacko Chica, who I put in D because unlike Jacko Bonnie, Jacko Chica is slightly less forgettable because she also appeared in Ultimate Custom Night, which she's one of the main customizable characters. So she has a unique mechanic where she materializes at both doors when the office overheats, and you better shut the doors or else she kills you. And also because Jack also like her voice in Ultimate Custom Night, where it's just that maybe even though Scott said that Jacko Chica was non-canon, maybe she actually does have some sort of relevance because she says that she is a burning reminder of your misdeeds. I think the voice sounds pretty cool and is yeah, Jacko Chica is slightly more memorable than Jacko Bonnie, which is why she gets a D. Next up, we have Nightmare Mangle, and Nightmare Mangle from me gets an instant E because I really don't like this thing. It's just too messed up for me. Just it's Mangle. It's just so messed up, and honestly, this thing is just so forgettable too. Even though, like in FNAF 4, it's basically just a Halloween edition or a substitute for Nightmare Foxy, but actually the same way as Nightmare Foxy, but it's slightly more annoying to deal with because if it enters the closet, it makes the radio. The regular Mangle, it's just annoying. It also appeared in Ultimate Custom Night, where it sits down in the hall, and you have to purchase the watch out. It jump scares like that. After killing it, Nightmare Mangle just makes these weird noises and static and stuff. And honestly, to me, this thing is just so forgettable. Really, I never really liked Nightmare Mangle. It's a forgettable character, so it gets an instant E from me. Next up, we have Nightmarian, the Nightmare Puppet. So, Nightmarian, I really like this guy. He's my favorite character in FNAF 4. Really, I like his design. Has like a so tall and so like more exaggerated from the regular puppet. Also, I like how he works in Ultimate Custom Night. How he's well, in regular FNAF 4 edition, he's meant to be like the in FNAF 4 in the Halloween edition, he's basically the replacement for Nightmare. He acts the same as him, but the only different Nightmare Fredbear, Nightmare is just a more regressive version of Nightmare Fredbear, and Nightmare and acts the same as Nightmare, but the only difference is that Nightmarian plays his music box. He plays my grandfather clock when he's active. Also, then there's Ultimate Custom Nightmare. Nightmarian has his unique mechanic and is easily considered to be easily makes him one of the hardest characters to deal with in the game. Like he's already inside your office, he's moving around. If you hover your cursor on him for too long, he kills you. And the fact that Scott even said that Nightmarian seems to be a real problem because Nightmare kills him sometimes testing. This shows how much of a hard character he is. It's very hard to deal with, and I think that's cool. Also, like his voice in Ultimate Custom Night, like the voice I got delete. Although, like most of the Halloween edition animatronics, Scott said that Nightmarian was not canon, but honestly, I think it's more recent appearances, like in Ultimate Custom Night, if FBR actually suggests that Nightmarian is canon because he says, "I am the fearful reflection of what you have created." And assuming that we are playing as William Afton in Ultimate Custom Night, we all remember that like when Afton killed Henry's daughter, she went on to possess the puppet. And I guess a lot of people were creeped out by Puppet in the universe of FNAF and considered to be a monster. But Night Matty in here, he's the real monster because he's the nightmare version of the puppet. Also, if you know, these mechanics in FNAF VR, he has his own level, where it's basically much like how he works in FNAF 4. Like he comes at you from the hallways, but he has a unique feature. He has the tentacles that come out from under the bed, out of the closet, or from the ceiling. He's pretty cool. He acts pretty cool. He has a mimic voice. It's clear that he is relevant in some way. So I really like Nightmare, and so he gets an A from me. Next up, we have Nightmare BB. Now, Nightmare BB is just amazing. How he's like, I really like how he's way much more twisted, more has the Nightmare version of BB, and its different design has full jaws and full giant claws too. I also like his voice in Ultimate Custom. I think Matthew Curtis did an amazing job as Nightmare BB, and also like his mechanics. Well, FNAF 4 Halloween Edition, also FNAF VR. He's just the same as Plush Trap. You have to stop him on the X before he gets you. But I also like how he works in Ultimate Custom Night, where he sits over in your office and you have to keep your eye on him. If he's standing up, just shine the light on him to make him sit down, or else it kills you. Or if you misuse the flashlight. Seriously, cool design, cool voice, cool mechanics. Nightmare BB's pretty cool. So he gets like a normal BB. He gets a B from me. B for BB. And finally, we have Nightmare himself. So Nightmare, I do like the concept behind Nightmare, that he's like the dark version of Nightmare Fredbear, completely black with a golden top hat and bow tie. I also like how he's a more aggressive version of Nightmare Fredbear. He attacks much faster, but honestly, what I don't like about Nightmare is his design. Taking any screenshot of Nightmare, brightening it, or just simply taking a render of his body and putting it in front of a very bright colored background reveals that Nightmare is actually translucent, and I don't like this translucency. Like, remember how like in his introductory teaser for FNAF 4, Nightmare Foxy had a tongue, and in the final game, Scott removed this tongue because they thought it, and revealed that in the FNAF 4 anniversary, FNAF's 4th anniversary interview, he revealed the reason he took out the tongue is because not making life scary. Well, Scott, if you're seeing this, you ask me, Nightmare here being translucent looks not scary at all. Seriously, how am I supposed to be scared of this? This is not scary. Not scary at all. Not scared of this. But it's kind of a shame because I do kind of like the concept, do like his mechanics. I also love his voice in Ultimate Custom. It's my absolute favorite voice. I think Eric D. Ward gave Nightmare the voice I envisioned that Nightmare would have, something very deep, very nice, with the, "You will not be spared." But it's just ruined by his appearance, ruined by him being translucent. If it weren't for the translucency, I would have loved him a lot more and actually would have considered him to be the scariest animatronic in FNAF 4, but being translucent to me just made Nightmare 80% less creepier than he should have been. It's just why he just gets a B. Seriously, the translucency lost a point for me. Next up, we have Old Man Consequence. Actually, no. You know what? We'll start with normal Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. So Fredbear, well, it's good. He's the one who started it all. The original Freddy Fazbear, the mascot of the original restaurant, Fredbear's Family Diner. Now, we never knew a lot about Fredbear, even though it's clearly important to the lore. And if the fan, who knows, maybe he is indeed Golden Freddy, like the fans believe he is. But honestly, Scott has yet to be, but it's very obvious that he is, considering that in Ultimate Custom Night, if you death coin Golden Freddy, set Golden Freddy to 1, and if death coin him, you summon Fredbear, who kills you. And the fact that Fredbear actually has a voice, even though the lines are all distorted and stuff. Honestly, Fredbear is pretty unique. It's clear that he is part of the lore because he's the guy who started it all. He's the original restaurant. And the fact that he's caused some of the incidents. He's, the bite of 83. Fredbear's pretty unique. He's a pretty cool character. And that's why he gets an A from me, even though he's very mysterious at the same time. Next up, we have Spring Bonnie. Now, Spring Bonnie, for me, Spring Bonnie just gets a. I don't really know what to say, but it's clear that this was, also one of the originals. He was the very first model of Bonnie himself, a Bonnie. But honestly, it's clear that maybe we know that Afton used the Spring Bonnie suit for killing children, which he died in that suit, became Spring Trap. But honestly, Spring Bonnie is it's always kind of forgettable to me because Scott has never put Spring Bonnie in any of his games. Like outside of mini games, Spring Bonnie has never made a physical appearance. Like we sort of got him in FNAF VR with Glitch Trap, with that digital Spring Bonnie that appears in the game with the main antagonist. But aside from that, Spring Bonnie has never appeared in. I just always kind of forget about him sometimes, but It's clear that he still is part of the lore, so he gets a he gets a C because maybe if it wasn't that forgettable to me, I would have made him a B, but still, he's just so forgettable to me. Okay, now we can do Old Man Consequences. Now, Old Man Consequences, well, he's a forgettable character, obviously, because he's from FNAF World. He's from the spin-off game, the cartoon spin-off game that basically people hardly talk about. So, but the fact that Scott included him in Ultimate Custom Night is truly something unique. Like he had to press Z to catch a fish, or else it locks you out of your monitor. But he also has the unique cutscene where if you set Old Man Consequences to 1 and then you catch a fish, you get taken to this unique cutscene, which is the fourth glitch area from FNAF World where you talk to Ultimate Consequences. He says, "Come sit with me for a while. Leave the demon to his demons. Rest your own soul. There is nothing else." He's definitely seen. Afton is clearly being tormented in Ultimate Custom Night, but Ultimate Consequences clearly telling whoever it is keeping Afton in Ultimate Custom Night to just stop it, just rest. It is time for this to stop. Just leave the demon to leave Afton to just be sent to his hell already. Just rest. So maybe he is part of the lore in some way, even though he's from FNAF World. But that's pretty unique. But aside from that, he's very forgettable, so he gets a D. It's not that great. Yeah. Endo 01. Well, this is clearly the FNAF 1 and World Endo 01, and this thing just gets an instant E because if we really need to say anything, it's forgettable. Completely forgettable. Next up, well, we have Circus Baby. So Circus Baby from Circus Baby's Entertainment right? FNAF 6 location. So Baby is definitely lore relevant as she is possessed by William's daughter, Elizabeth, and although she's always been kind of unique in that she strangely does like even though she's clearly the face of Citra location, she isn't really an enemy. She doesn't really hurt you. She's not really an enemy. Tries to jump scare you, but the fact that she seems like she's trying to help you, it clearly tells you not to trust hand unit, and but that's unique. But it's clear that but by the point of like FNAF 6 when she comes scrap baby, she completely drops down. She completely turns murderous and stuff. But Circus Baby is just so unique. She acts like she acts like different like from most of the other characters like and stuff. So she gets a B in her uniqueness. Next up, we have Ballora. So Ballora, she's just I don't think much of Ballora. Like I don't really never understood her design as for specifically the fact that she has sharp teeth. Her endoskeleton has sharp teeth. I don't understand that. Also, a lot of fans seem to think that Ballora is possessed by William's wife or something, but I think that's total bull malarkey. They have no genuine evidence to prove that. I don't think she could actually be possessed by him. Like, not every animatronic is possessed, okay? They're not all possessed. Like, but Laura's not possessed. She's just simply an animatronic ballerina with sharp teeth and constantly closed eyes. I seem to forget about her. In fact, she has repetitive mechanics too. Like that sister location custom night, if not ultimate custom night, same thing. She just comes from either hallway. Your lights flicker. You gotta shut the door else it gets you. She's pretty forgettable. Repetitive mechanics. It just annoys me. So just she gets a D from me. Next up, we have Biddy Bab. Now, Biddy Bab is once again just a very forgettable character to me. Like, like it's the teasers and also the voice lines seem to just show Biddy Bab may have an important role. Like Biddy Bab says things in the trailer like "Don't hold it against us," and also the teaser said "Don't hold it against us." The fact that after he beat the section under the desk from night 2 of Sister Location, Biddy Bab says "We'll see you again soon." Maybe that just foreshadowed custom night or something. But Biddy Bab is just so forgettable. Even though it has a unique Easter egg where it also appears in random locations of the game, but seriously, this thing is just so forgettable to me. So I don't think much of Biddy Bab. She just gets a D from me. Like the voice is unique and actually no scratch time. Biddy Bab just gets an E. She's just so forgettable to me. Next up, we have the mini arenas. These mini ballerinas. Honestly, these things just sort of annoy me. And I give them a D because they're less forgettable than Mini Arena, the Biddy Bab because they appear more often, but honestly, these things just annoy me. Night 4, I just can't get past Night 4 Sister Location because they keep annoying me, and also how they act in Ultimate Custom. I just get up in your face, like, get out of my face, you stupid little ballerinas. I just hate these things, they're so annoying. But because they're more memorable than Biddy Bab, I give them a D. Next up, we have Funtime Freddy, and this guy's my favorite in Sister Location. I love his design, love his voice. Kellen Goff has just made this guy just so iconic. I just love Funtime Freddy. It's kind of a shame that he hasn't. I love his voice, love how he acts too. Like in night 2, and you're in the break room, Funtime Freddy's just lurking there and like constantly saying things, but you have to calm him down. And then in the sister location custom night, you have to commands Bon to attack. Bon, go get it. It's basically become a meme at this point. And also how he works in FNAF VR. He actually got his own level in VR, FNAF VR after not being a customizable character in Ultimate Custom Night. I love Funtime Freddy. He's my favorite in this location. Love his voice. Love how he acts and stuff. So Funtime Freddy gets an instant A from me. He rules. And so we have little Bon. And so Bon he's also kind of a unique character. Like, I like how he's a complete foil to Funtime Freddy. He's like he has to be the one to calm Funtime Freddy down. He's more, but honestly, he doesn't never really speaks much. Like Night 2 at the breaker room when you have to play Bon's voice to calm down Funtime Freddy. That's the only time I ever hear him speak. Bon has never really sizzle words, more the silent type. I guess it also adds the fact that he's a foil to Funtime Freddy. Like Funtime Freddy just talks all the time with his well, hello again. All that, but Bon is usually just a silent treatment, but still, it's pretty cool. And aside from that, he's decent enough, so he gets a B from me. And also because of the fact that in FNAF VR, instead of he could jump scare you, but like if Funtime Freddy's level from FNAF VR, the two work together and try to get you, but only Funtime Freddy can actually kill you, but Bon just distracts you. That's it. Okay, next up we have Funtime Foxy. So Funtime Foxy, what can I say about him? Yes, that's right. I think Funtime Foxy is a he because he has a male voice in Ultimate Custom Night. Funtime Foxy is kind of a strange one to me because he acts kind of strange in Night 3 of Secure Location. You have to navigate Funtime Fun Auditorium. And it's actually pretty annoying too because you have to use that flash beacon. Also have to just try your best not to bump into Funtime Foxy. And also, that's pretty annoying. And the fact that this guy actually is the only character who will jump scare you throughout your gameplay in this location. Like in FNAF games, if you're decent enough, you know how to survive against the animatronics, so you will beat the game without getting a single jump scare. But in this location, you will get jump scared by Funtime Foxy. It is scripted that on Night 3, as you make your way back to Funtime Fun Auditorium after doing the repairs and parts and service, Funtime Foxy will jump scare you. This brings you to Night 4. The fact that the jump scare is going to happen no matter what you do is kind of cool because like it's scripted and stuff. It's kind of something, but also it's pretty annoying mechanics too. Custom Night, and Ultimate Custom Night, how he hides behind his curtain, you have to try and postpone his show. Or otherwise, that's when he kills you, and that's very annoying. Okay, it easily makes him the most annoying character to deal with him in Ultimate Custom. And once again, this fuels my hatred for Foxy's. Because seriously, like I said, this guy's Funtime Foxy. Like I said, screw Foxy. And also, this guy's just such an annoying character in Ultimate Custom. But I love the voice, and also like, and I guess the Funtime it does have the spooky aspect to him of crossing Funtime Auditorium. It's pretty cool enough, I guess. So Funtime Foxy gets a C for me because annoying mechanics yet. Yet unique gameplay and also scripted jump scare too. It's cool enough, I guess. Okay, next up we have Lolbit. Lolbit. The strange recolor Funtime Foxy. It's just a location and Ultimate Custom plays the same thing. Its pop-up will appear. It says, please stand by. You have to type LOL to get rid of it. But what's unique about Lolbit is that it actually got its own level in FNAF VR. Specifically, the hard mode version of Funtime Foxy's level in FNAF VR, where you still navigate Funtime for Auditorium, but this time it's Lolbit you have to worry about instead of Funtime Foxy, and also because Funtime Foxy only with Circus Baby and Funtime Freddy appears as all these steel suits everywhere. But you have to watch out for Lolbit, and also the first time Lolbit actually gets a jump scare rather than appearing as a pop-up. But aside from that, Lolbit is just kind of mysterious too. Like nobody really knows where this thing comes from. So Lolbit basically just gets a D for me because I mean, like it is cool that it gets a jump scare from that VR. Besides that, it has repetitive mechanics and it's just forgettable to me, really. Okay, next up we have Electrobab, the electric variant of Bidybab who messes with your power. Honestly, this guy gets an instant E because he's so forgettable. He's so forgettable. Like I'm not even sure if this thing is a boy or a girl. Electrobab is just so forgettable. Just appears in only its sister location Cosmic Night and has never returned since because it's not canon. I'm not going to return. Next up we have Bonnet, the female version of Bonbon. She plays this sister location custom night and ultimate custom night Bonbon. On whom Bonnet will glide through your office and you have to click the nose to her nose to deactivate her. That or she kills you. And she also returned to FNAF VR where she's in Funtime Freddy's level and you have to shine your flashlight to stop her or else she jump scares you, but this time the jump scare is just a distraction. But aside from that, there's not really much to say about Bonnet. Nobody really knows where she comes from. Really, so she's pretty forgettable. And also, honestly, there isn't really much to say about her, so she just gets a D. Next up, we have Yendo. And Yendo, just much like Shadow Bunny, Yendo is just so mysterious, and we know nothing about him. He's just a strange endoskeleton that kind of looks like a Funtime Freddy endoskeleton who randomly appears in Sister Location Custom Night. In the custom night, in Sister Location Custom Night, Yendo will randomly appear after you lower your monitor, and he rapidly drains your oxygen. You have to put the monitor back up, or he kills you. And he's never appeared outside of that game. He's never returned. He's just so forgettable. So something he gets a D from me on the but it would be a crime for me to move on without mentioning the fact that many fans believe that he may in some way be related to Golden Freddy and Fredbear. They think that maybe his name Yendo is short for Yellow Endo, much like how in the files for the original Five Nights at Freddy's, Golden Freddy was named Yellow Bear. So and also because Yendo has yellow eyes, so maybe that in some way he is related to Golden Freddy, but he's just so mysterious, and Scott has never said anything about him, so he gets a D from me. Next up, we have Ennard, who I easily consider the scariest animatronic in Sister Location. Like, no, there's hardly any competition. There's no competition for that. Seriously, none of the animatronics actually look scary in Sister Location, except Ennard. This guy is a true abomination. He is he's the amalgam, the mixture of all the scooped endoskeletons of the Funtime animatronics. Circus Baby, Funtime Freddy, Ballora, Funtime Foxy, and Bonbons endoskeletons all scooped and blended together to create Ennard. And this guy's just so creepy, and also the fact that he straight up wins in the end. Like what Baby clearly wants to do is escape. She doesn't like being stuck in Circus Baby's entertainment and rental. She wants to escape, and to do that, she has to feel it like I found a way to out through becoming Ennard along with Ballora, Funtime Freddy, Bonbon, Funtime Foxy, and then scooping Michael. After she scoops Michael, and she takes his skin, and that way escapes. Like, this guy Ennard has a huge impact on lore, obviously, and cool design. Obvious, massive lore relevance. Ennard gets an A from me. Right. Next up, we have Trash in the Gang. So Trash in the Gang, they get an E from me because let's get these guys are just so forgettable. I mean, like, could really have at least like number one crate actually has a voice or something. Like number one crate actually got voice acting in Ultimate Custom Night, but seriously, these guys are just such troll characters in Ultimate Custom Night. All they do is just simply play ear rape noises at your face, and that's it really. Isn't these guys are just so forgettable. Next up, we have Helpy. Little Helpy, easily the most recognizable character from FNAF 6, if you ask me. Like, who doesn't remember Helpy, the little Funtime Freddy who dances around and tests your minigames for you? This guy's part of the operation. Like, he's one of your assistants from the pizzeria. He's such a big help, and also like how it works in Ultimate Custom Night, how you have to boop him, or else he annoys you with an air horn. I think that's pretty silly mechanic. So that Helpy gets a C. And also like how we returned to FNAF VR, where he appears on the monitor that represents most of the levels, and also how you can also unlock him as a prize, and he also appears as an Easter egg. Like, can't wait. So, Scott, if Scott couldn't make the next FNAF game or something next, again, well, let's see how Scott could possibly incorporate Helpy into the other FNAF games. Cause I feel like, man, I really do like little Helpy, but he gets a C because I mean, like, he is a big part of FNAF 6, but aside from that, he does have a unique mechanical on the custom night, but he's not really that memorable. Actually, you know what? Screw it. He gets a B. He's a decent character. Okay, next up, get Happy Frog. I have Happy Frog. Happy Frog gets a D from me. So, because like most of the characters from Ultimate Custom Night, I mean from FNAF 6, like, aka Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, are very forgettable because they're simply just animatronic entertainers. They don't really kill you and stuff. And Happy Frog is one of those characters. Like, she's an enemy in Ultimate Custom Night, but she's the one of the easiest enemies to deal with. All you have to do is simply put the audio lure on her, and you've basically defeated Happy Frog. That's it. She can't kill you. Next up, but I do like her voice in Ultimate Custom Night though, and she sounds so cheery, and despite the fact she just murdered you. Next up we have Mr. Hippo. Mr. Hippo, I mean, like, I just love this guy. He's so funny. Really love Joe Goddard's voice acting as Mr. Hippo. I like how he just throws on and on and on after he kills you. It's very funny. It makes me, and matter of fact, even though he's easy to deal with, his stories, his voice acting, and his constant droning actually makes him he's so funny for me to consider more memorable than the other mediocre melodies. So he gets a C from me. Right. Next up, we have Pig Patch. So Pig Patch is directly in the middle of the mediocre melodies in Ultimate Custom Night. He's the middle he's medium fast. He's faster than Happy Frog and Mr. Hippo, but slower than Netbear Northbound. But honestly, a lot of people seem to have the fans seem to have considered him a ripoff of Pork Patch because they have similar names and they're also both pig animatronics. But aside from that, yeah, Pig Patch isn't really that memorable. I do like his voice acting role to Cousin Night. He's so gruff and speaks all these programs and plays his band riff. But aside from that, yeah, he isn't really that memorable. So he gets a D. Next up, we have Ned Bear, who could easily be called a knockoff of Freddy Fazbear because I mean he's a brown animatronic bear. He has a hat. He has a tie. And I really do love his voice acting all because man, like August Sargenti basically meant there this like wisecracking hillbilly who does he's aware that he's just an obscure secondary character who doesn't understand and he doesn't understand the spirit of his actions. He's just aware that he's so obscure. It actually makes me funny, but it surprised me enough for me to actually put him in C. Seriously, this guy just cracks me up, and he has actually one of the harder mediocre melodies to deal with because he's only fooled 50% of the time in the audio lure. That bear just cracks me up. He's such a silly character, so goofy, and I like that. So, of Orville. So Orville Elephant is easily the hardest mediocre melody to deal with because he's fooled the least by the audio lore. You will definitely need the heater to push him back, and I also do love his voice acting also because how he sounds so dramatic. He's so eager to have an audience, and as a matter of fact, he gets a C. He's actually he actually feels pretty memorable to me, even though he's not really appeared that much. So, okay, next up we have Candy Cadet. Whew, I'm pretty sure everybody at this point knows who Candy Cadet is. That's the candy robot who speaks with a computer voice and maybe he tells you a story. But I mean, like his stories, I'm not sure what significance they have. Maybe they somehow are meant to reflect the some way meant to reference the actual lore of FNAF itself. I don't know. Candy Cadet is pretty strange. I mean, like like I do love I do love how the way he speaks, and basically he's basically yet another meme that Scott has created for the FNAF community. So he gets a C from me because he's somewhat memorable, even though like even though he isn't really that active character. He's only appeared in FNAF 6 for the P3 and Ultimate Custom as a background object, but still he's still pretty memorable to me. So here's enough. Okay, next up, we have Rockstar Freddy. Now, Rockstar Freddy is definitely a meme. Kai Skrotsky, Rockstar Freddy's voice actor, straight up called him the Mean Bear when he was interviewed on the FNAF show by Daco. So, the fact that basically all these guys is please deposit 5 coins, it just shows you how much of a mean is. He's just demands coins all the time. It's a silly mechanic, and the fact that he actually becomes more agitated when you neglect on paying him. And I know his voice like when Pollock's like, you are attempting to drink Freddy, but you use the heat on him. He just cracks me up. So he just gets a C from me because he's that funny. Next up is Rockstar Bonnie. So Rockstar Bonnie, so he's somewhat of a unique mechanic in Ultimate Custom Night where he spawns and you need to find his guitar or else he kills you. I love George Osborne's voice acting. How like he makes Rockstar Bonnie sing all these like more songs that just sound morbid. It's cool singing. The fact that he shows you this singing of his when he sings after he kills you because he didn't find his guitar. But honestly, Rockstar Bonnie just feels so memorable to me. He's pretty obscure because he only appeared in like 2 games, but still, I love the voice acting. But yeah, he just gets his rightful place as a D. Next up, we have Rockstar Chica. Now, Rockstar Chica's voice is definitely like suits like what Scott's described it to be, something that sounds like loud and obnoxious, and she does indeed sound obnoxious. And I really do not like this voice. And last thing I want is get killed by Rockstar Chica, so I know how to deal with her effectively. Because night you just keep the wet floor sign on one entrance and the camera on the other. That way she can never kill you. So she's pretty easy to deal with in my opinion, but aside from that, like her, I just don't take her seriously. And well, actually, no, I do take her seriously, and I just found her to be so obnoxious and unlikable. So she gets a D from me. Next up, we have Rockstar Foxy. Now, unlike other Foxys, Rockstar Foxy is actually somewhat of a friend to you here. Like in Ultimate Custom Night, sometimes when you click on his parent and he summons you, he's actually willing to help you. He offers you boots, and I like that already. I like how, unlike the other Foxies who are basically they just despise with a burning passion, this guy actually wants to help. But obviously, there are times when you just catch him in the good mood, he'll just kill you because he's angry. But still, he's. I do love his voice acting too. Like he also shows. I also love his unpredictability. Like sometimes he's here to help, and sometimes he's just in a bad mood and will kill you. So he gets a C from me. He and Nightmare Foxy are the Foxes that actually find decent, not like more than like these Foxes. Just like I say always, screw Foxy. Anywho, next up we have El Chip. So as got revealed in the FNAF fourth anniversary. He's when he was originally working on Finance Race, he intended there to be different actual like beaver animatronics, but he had scrapped those beaver animatronics because he felt like those were like too on the nose with Chipper. But he did find a way to bring Chipper back into the Flappers with El Chip, who was basically a beaver animatronic, whose name has a lot of chips. Has revealed himself that El Chip is basically the Chipper of the FNAF universe. Like this is Chipper reincarnated. And also like because tonight he does actually kill you. He's just there to promote his restaurant. He just makes the ads appear, and all to do is skip the ads, and that's it. It's like he's like Chipper brought back Scott Fenway to bring one of his little characters. Like Steve so he gets a D. Next up, we have Funtime Chica. Now, Funtime Chica, she's basically just a total fame monger. She's just there for her day in the spotlight. She's just there to fly, just sit on the screen and pose for the camera while all the cameras flash, and you just have to try not to get distracted by her. That's it. It's kind of annoying to see get these constant interruptions from, but at least she's not trying to kill you. I respect that. But honestly, I actually feel like she is kind of memorable. Like, so she gets a C because she doesn't try to kill you. Her voice is acting is pretty cool. And so, next up, we have Music Man. So Music Man, a lot of fans have been creeped out by him, and I can see where they're coming from. I mean, his face is very uncanny looking. Honest, honestly, Music Man, I think like he's just really just a simple guy. Like he's just simply a guy who hates noise, and like his ultimate custom night. He's right behind you, and all you have to do is keep the noise down, or he gets angry, he crashes his cymbals until eventually he kills you. So all you have to do is keep the noise down, and he won't kill you. So he just hates noise. I mean, like it does sound kind of ironic because he plays cymbals, and cymbals are very loud musical instruments. Clearly, he only plays those aside from entertaining children, just to tell people to shut up. So, because yeah, I like the fact that he hates noise because I like that in a way that kind of speaks to me in that way. Because I too hate noise. I like peace and quiet, and this guy likes peace and quiet too. And I make sure to tell people if they don't keep that noise down, they will pay. So, Music Man gets a B because I feel like I can just relate to him in the sense of hating noise. Next up, we have Molten Freddy. So, Molten Freddy is once again very lore relevant. He is entered after ejecting Circus Baby, and Funtime Freddy has taken control. You can tell that because the mask looks a lot like a Freddy, and he also is Kellen Goff. Once again, speaking in his Funtime Freddy voice. I like his personality, like he's so excited, and that's like the original Funtime Freddy, but this time in a more murderous sense. Like he's still trying to kill you, and very much intending to kill you, but it's his way of surprising the birthday boy. But I like that. I also like his works in Ultimate Cousin Night, how he calls the vents, and if you hear him laugh, that's your cue to shut the vent door and send him away. So I like this guy because he harbors the parts of Funtime Freddy and Enter, like so he gets an A from me. Next up, we have Scrap Baby. So Scrap Baby is about the reincarnation of Circus Baby, but this time it's clear that Elizabeth's spirit has completely insane. Scrap Baby's gone full murderous and total freak show, clearly wanting to kill you. And Heather Masters clearly shows this with her voice acting. She clearly made Circus Baby sound a lot spookier. She clearly shows murderous intent in all of her voice acting. Like time for your control jogging. Let's see how many pieces I can cut you into. Not bad, but it's pretty much just a part of a normal Circus Baby. Just like a whole foil and the reincarnation. So she gets a B from me. Next up, we have Scrap Trap. He's the reincarnation of Springtrap. Springtrap, after he survived the fire to burn down Fazbear's fight, and he has come back. After all, he always comes back. I do like his mechanic and Ultimate Custom. He only gives himself one chance to kill you. He attacks once, and he speeds through the vent, and you have to shut the vent before he gets there. Gets to the office, and I also do love PJ Haywood's voice acting with the "I always come back." So it's pretty memorable, and he has all those parts of normal Springtrap that I like. So he gets an A from me. Next up, we have Lefty. Now, Now, Lefty is basically the reincarnation of the puppet. What do I mean? Well, Lefty is actually is a suit that was created by Henry, and the means of encapsulating the puppet. Like Henry knew that his daughter was possessing the puppet, and he felt like she needed to be controlled. So he created Lefty to encapsulate, and Lefty did his job. He has the puppet inside of him, and now it's clear that the puppet is actually using Lefty as its personal suit. So the puppet is actually controlling Lefty, and you can kind of hear this in Ultimate Custom Night when through Lefty's voice lines how it says and then says something sings a sound like something the puppet would say, like telling you to be quiet and stuff, and also like this is the end and stuff. Lefty is very relevant. He continues the puppet story, so he gets an A from me. Next up, we have Little Dee and how unfortunate Dee gets an E because I hate her. Everybody hates Dee, am I right? Because seriously, she is just so annoying. How she just shows up, troll. She's just openly showing that she is trolling you, saying, how unfortunate, and spawns in a random character. This is just annoying, and the fact that in Ultimate Cousin Night, usually when DD appears, I actually let an animatronic kill me so I can start over, because I don't want to have to deal with DD's BS. Seriously, just screw DD. And I'm actually, this is going to be the end for this video. This is my FNAF tier list. I am not going to put Scott and Chipper in this because I don't feel like they actually belong on this tier list. I only count the actual characters from the universe itself, and that does it. That does it for this tier list. And so hope that now you know how I personally rank all the FNAF characters. With that, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell.